Hey guys, Jamstrap here, and welcome back to another video. And in this one, I'm going to be showcasing my Primaris Space Wolves. Well, the ones that I've actually finished painting so far. I've got like another 1,500 points to paint up, but yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from like the lower ranks, go from the troops, then go up to kind of like your elites and heavy support and all that kind of stuff, and then up to the leaders. So yeah, let's start with my intercessors. Like I said, this is a purely Primaris kitbashed kind of army. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up all the slightly more kitbashed guys. And yeah, this is actually one of my more recent guys I did. I used this guy for a painting tutorial, which is kind of the first one I ever did. So not too sure of how it went down, but yeah, this is the guy I used. As you can see, I've actually green stuffed some beard work there, if I can focus in. Yeah, nice little green stuff beard on a normal Primaris head. Definitely gives him more character. Quick bit of airbrush work for that glow on the thing, on his power hammer I mean. And yeah, so that's the leader right there. Now pretty much everyone else in this squad is just a standard kind of Primaris dude. I mean, I did a bit of green stuff work there to give him like a animal pelt kind of thing on his shoulder, just to spice him up a little bit. Yeah, one thing I will say with these guys, I'm definitely going to go back and change these shoulder pads because I'm not really too keen on that pack marking. So that's one thing I need to go back on. But yeah, that's pretty much that guy's pack. Just standard dudes right there, you know. That's what most of my army looks like. Get this guy up over here. And I must say I'm super pumped that I've managed to get this army done. This was actually kind of my isolation army goal. So while I was stuck at home, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do 1,000 points of Space Wolves, so when I'm out of this lockdown, then I have something to play with. So yeah, I'm super happy. I got some more mini projects on the way as well while this lockdown continues. That's that dude. Not too much there. It's just a head swap and one of the Primaris chainswords there. Tried a bit of freehanding on the blades. Not too neat, but yeah, like I said, these guys I'm gonna go back and clean them up a bit. But yeah, got a bit of transfers on that. The only other guy in this squad that's a bit different. He's actually very different to the rest of them. This was actually the color scheme and my test models. I originally did like a 5 or 6 man kill team for Space Wolves, and this was one of the first guys. So yeah, the weathering on him's a bit crazy, and he's got the typical yellow shoulder pad and stuff. So I need to go back and change that up. But yeah, nothing too special there. Just a head and a little wolfy thing there, but pretty effective. Actually, this guy, he's a bit more normal looking, but I really like the green stuff pelted it on the back there. I thought that turned out really well, like the movement of the model and everything. I quite like that one. Alright, and the last squad of intercessors I've got done here. Well, this guy was actually supposed to be like my company champion, but then they updated him to have a shield. So then I was like, okay, well, this guy's kind of not redundant, don't know what the word is, but yeah, he's kind of, can still use him, but I'm just going to use him as an intercessor sergeant now. It was actually the first ever attempt I had at wet blending right there. So this has definitely been a cool army for me. I've done a lot of firsts. A lot of airbrush work, blending, plasma glows, green stuff work. Even just painting like human skin. A lot more on this. So yeah, that's my sword dude there, issuing out a challenge. This guy here has just got an older Space Wolf helmet, and he's got like a little bit of talismans at the bottom there. That's pretty much that guy. As you can see, like I said, way too much weathering on there. And lastly, that I'll bring up for the intercessors is my, well, it's supposed to be for my kill team, like a kind of like demolitions expert. You know, he's got the grenade launcher. He's got that angle of like just blasting away and screaming. So I thought this guy's pretty cool. Quite like that one. But yeah, so that's pretty much all my intercessors. Like I say, as you can see, I gradually go through this army. My like some of the things I like to do and skill level went up a little bit, but yeah, maybe I'll move these out of the way and bring the other guys closer in. Alright, so that was my 3 packs of intercessors, you know, your kind of mandatory level. And I'd definitely recommend, if you guys got a lot of backlog or a couple armies all boxed up or need to get built up and stuff, definitely aim for like 1,000 points. So what I'm doing is I'm doing 1,000 points of wolves, then I'm going to take a break. I'm going to build my Death Guard up to 1,000 points, and I'm going to do a showcase of them as well. So check that out in about a week or two. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing that till I eventually get back to the wolves and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I've actually done videos on a lot of these models of how I kitbashed them, how I painted them, all that kind of stuff, thoughts, processes, and all that. But just going through them all quickly with you guys in the showcase. So I'll give you a quick twirl with this guy. As they kind of go up in rank a little bit, I give them a bit more detail. So like these guys have got the gold trim on the shoulders where the Intercessors don't. That makes these guys look more important. Also, it saves me time on painting. So I just kind of thought about it that way. So yeah, my first ever attempt at smaller kind of airbrushing plasma glows. And like I said, one of my previous videos, the reason why this whole squad's all got this marking is because I actually forgot to change these shoulder pads out for the wolfy ones, because these guys are from the Dark Imperium box. So what I did was I gave them all the same thing. I'm just saying it's some sort of like honor pack marking, like because they're Hellblasters, maybe they've melted down like a massive Tyranid or something. They got like a lot of honor for it, basically. Yeah, one of the things I don't like about my army so far, my pack markings are just massive chunky wedges. I definitely want to be thinning them down, which I'll show you in the Aggressors in a minute. I prefer them a lot more. But anyway, so that's my sergeant for the Hellblasters there. Like I say, these guys aren't really kitbashed up at all, to be honest. So I'm not going to show you too much, but yeah, just a bit of weathering on the shoulders there. Nice plasma glow. It is very over the top, but I think on the tabletop they really stand out, so I think it kind of works. So yeah, as a unit, they definitely pop a little bit. So let me get rid of these. Well, actually, yeah, this guy's got a wolfy kind of shoulder pad going there. Not too sure on the color I did, and maybe need to go back on that. But yeah, I actually cut the transfer there so it would like kind of fit underneath there. See, even a little bit of gold on the back there. Definitely makes them stand out. Alright, let's go into the Aggressors. Now this is what I was talking about, like my pack markings. I went for like smaller, thinner, kind of sharper things like that, and I think that looks 100 times better. So I need to go back on all my other ones and redo them. And also this shoulder pad, because it's like the normal Ragnar Blackmane thing. And this is kind of my own homebrew chapter. I've been working on some lore for them. Thinking of calling them the Stormhounds, because of the lore and stuff in the background I've got. But obviously that logo doesn't really go, so I'm thinking of trying to find like lightning bolt transfer sheets that I can put on there, or I don't know, something like that, if I'm going to go for the Stormhound name anyway. But yeah, I think you can definitely see the pack markings look a lot better. Not a bad looking little unit. I put a bit extra effort into, like I said, the higher ranking guys. Added that yellow onto the pipe like wires or whatever it is on the back there. Definitely think it helps them pop out if you put them like, you know, down on the table when you're playing. They're definitely going to stand out, so it's going to be a really nice little unit there. So yeah, not too shabby. I think it looks pretty decent, but let me get to the other two quick. Yeah, this dude, pretty much the same thing. You know, a little bit of wolfy talisman there, a bit on the back. I feel with the Aggressors, they kind of got these like talismans hanging in by their crotches with the like the bones and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of leans, gives you a bit of a wolfy feel on their own anyway. I mean, it's not that much you can do with these guys because they're so busy, really. I mean, you could probably add some wolf pelts on the shoulder pads. That might look a bit cool. I'll do that on the future ones, but yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. Loads of edge highlighting, like pretty much all Primaris or Space Marines. I absolutely hate batch painting Space Marines because, you know, it just takes way too long. And also, I just realized that hopefully my lighting's not too bad with this. Hopefully you guys can see everything. Don't know if you can find all like the chipping details on the edges of the fists. Kind of did a lot more like highlighting and chipping, because obviously that'd be punching stuff. So yeah, this is my sergeant dude, as you can tell by the bare head there. And he's actually got a black fist. So I don't know, I figured maybe breaking the color up a bit. And maybe give the sergeant like a fist over there. I don't know if it's standing out that much. Not sure if that really helps at all, but it was something different. Like I say, a bit more kit bashing at the back there. Alright, I've actually just adjusted my lighting a bit, so hopefully you guys can see this better now. I probably should go back and redo this entire video with better lighting, but Hopefully it's the right end. I mean, the HU guys are the most important anyway, so at least you can see them a bit better maybe. I just don't want it to wash it out a bit. You know, sometimes harsh lighting makes miniatures look really bad. But yeah, that's the sergeant. Not too much detail there. He's just a dude. Looks pretty cool though. And let's get into the big boy now. Like I said, I actually entered this guy into like the Warhammer painting competition. I do it every single month just so I can get like a small project done. Not really about winning. But yeah, this guy was super fun. And you can see I've actually varnished him, so like the transfers are really, really nice. They don't shine or anything like that. This was actually my first ever attempt at airbrushing plasma as well. So yeah, I've got a kitbashed video for this. I've spoken about painting him. Like I said, my channel is just filled with space wolfy goodness right now, so definitely check it out. But yeah, give you guys a twirl around. Yeah, see, I like the detail there with the transfer and with the varnish spray. It really, really looks good. Quite like it, and obviously, you know, as most Redemptor dreadnoughts open up. If I can, yep, it's a bit varnished, so I don't know if it's yeah, hopefully that hasn't destroyed anything. Yeah, still need to write something on that there, but yeah, that's what he looks like. And I've actually painted the inside of that, and I've actually written his name on there, Brynjar. I need to make a story for him, but I haven't yet. But anyway, I'll carry on twirling around. Put a bit of bronze on there instead of the gold. You know, just oh, okay. Didn't need that anyway. Nah, I'm just kidding. I totally did need that. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, I put a bit of bronze on there to kind of break up the metallics a bit like that. But yeah, that comes normally like I should have pushed that in a bit better, but you don't need to magnetize that part. You can switch it out for like the Onslaught Gatling cannon, which I have lying around somewhere. But yeah, this is just the one I've got built up right now. So that's that. Finish the twirl on this dude. And yeah. Not overly kitbashed, but I think it does enough to give him that extra bit of bulk and character. And like I said before, you should really join in with the Warhammer community painting competitions every month, because it's a nice little excuse to test your skills and also just get one small little project done. So like this dude here. So yeah, that's my dreadnought. First dreadnought I ever did. I think it turned out pretty decent. Alright, on to the last three dudes. Right, let's go in chronological order of painting, I guess. So I kitbashed this dude up. Also painted him for one of the community monthly competitions. Well, I was going to paint him anyway, but I thought I'd just enter him. Now, I do want to go back and repaint this guy's face because I've learned a bit more since then, and that face is looking a bit rough. But yeah, this is kind of my... Well, technically he's actually not WYSIWYG, because as a battle leader slash lieutenant, he can have a power axe, but he has to have like the bolt carbine, which obviously he doesn't have. But you know, I mean, I'm just gonna say it's tucked up behind his little pelt there or something like that, because I really like this. It was one of my favorite kitbashes. Put quite a bit of effort into painting him, so yeah, I definitely want to use him as much as I can, especially with that dead orc dude there. That was my second attempt at kind of wet blending there. A bit of like blood going on. Yeah, really, really like this guy. Just need to go back, change his face, and also want to change his shoulder, because that kind of looks like, well, chevrons, I guess they're called. Doesn't really quite feel wolfy. But yeah, really, really dig this dude. Like I said, I got videos on how I kitbashed him as well. Alright, next one, and probably the better painted ones out of the lot. This guy actually has a nice smooth skin tone to him. Again, my latest attempt at wet blending, definitely a lot better. Yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. Like I said, with the purpley foresword there, and I did kind of like a glazing effect on his little jacket cloak. I don't know if it really picks up well with the camera, but there's a very like subtle transitions between the different red tones and stuff like that. Yeah, also kitbashed up there, although he's a rune priest after all, so he's got runes dangling all over him. And yeah, like I said, I gave him a bit of a glowing hand there, and he's even got the glowing eyeballs as well. So I went for like a purple instead of like blues and stuff, because I've used blues for like my plasmas and my power weapons. And I thought, give it a slight bit of a different tone with the purple for the, because it's a warp-based kind of magic going on there. Even though the Space Wolves don't think it's warp-based, I guess. Yeah, hopefully that hand kind of glows out. His eyeballs pop a little bit there. Well, not literally. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite heads I've done so far. One of my favorite models. I love this guy. Slightly on the opposite scale, this was the last guy I painted to get this 1000 points done. And I think between having a bit of like a migraine that day and just trying to get this project done, because I could feel I was at the finish line of this like project I was working on, I just wanted to get him done. So there's actually a few things I still need to clean up. There's like a mess on like skin tones on his little rim there when I was painting his face. I haven't cleaned that up. I haven't weathered the yellow down there either. So yeah, still, and I don't really like that face either. The face looks rough, the beard looks a bit messy, and one of his eyes looks a bit crooked. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and do some cleaning up on this guy because I know I rushed it a bit. But yeah, did some actual weathering on there like I do with my HQs. I don't really do proper weathering on any of the other guys. I'll do like a highlighting weathering, just using my Administratum Grey, roughing the edges up and stuff. But with the HQs, I tend to go for a bit more like proper weathering. Now I do need to learn how to highlight black a bit more. That's the problem with having the black shoulder pad. It always looks a bit boring. And yeah, once again, did a glazing effect on the cloak there. Also a bit quicker than the previous one. But I don't know, don't know if it's picking up at all on this, but I think it turned out pretty decent. So yeah, that's my Gravis Captain. You know, he's all blinged up with these, probably overly blinged with these little wolf necklace here and wolfy talismans, and yeah, it's a bit crazy with his blinged up yellow sword. And there we have it, a whole sea of grey. If there weren't any other colors on it, you'd think they're unpainted. So yeah, all in all, I think I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. I mean, I'm not the most experienced painter in the world and stuff like that, so I feel like I've definitely learned a lot by kind of like painting almost every day or every other day, kind of trying to get this goal done in a kind of short time span. And now that this one is done, I'm kind of thinking that, like I said, I'm going to get my Death Guard up to 1000 points because I painted a bit of them up, and I'll keep on doing that until I either get back to the wolves and expand on them. But I feel like 1000 points is a nice little point for an army. You can go to your game store, you've got enough to have a couple of games, you play it, then you realize, okay, what is my army missing? What am I lacking? So then you can build up and paint your next bit and just slowly grow from there. So that's kind of my plan. I'm going to play them, see what do I feel is lacking in the army, and then I'll do that next. Like I've got Wolf and I've got loads of things I've kitbashed up. I'm going to be kitbashing more for the channel soon as well. So yeah, let me know what you think of my little isolation army here. I think they look pretty decent on the table. It's just nice to have a completed project, to be honest. Yeah, I've got such a massive backlog. I never thought this day would happen. So yeah, I'm super pleased. But as always, guys, hope if you liked the video, you know what to do. You know, check me out on my social medias at Jamstrap TV, like Twitter, Instagram. I'm super active on there. Maybe jump on my Discord if you want to have a chat. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want more hobby content like this, or kit bash videos, unboxings, reviews, painting guides, bit of a hobby butterfly like that, you know, that's what my channel's all about. So yeah, definitely check my channel out and subscribe. But until then, guys, see you in the next one.